Welcome back to this studio, my little makeshift studio here. Today we're going to do a quick demo on my Bernina Artista 165. I was going to use the featherweight, but I have yet to get in the correct foot for this type of demo. What I want to do is do a quick demo on the Tear Away product that we sell. We do have a catalog for this, and you can also see these on the web. Now this is an older catalog. I don't know if they've updated this or not. We usually update the catalog when we go to market, but we haven't been to market for a while. But the catalog does have all of the different products that we have. We had Tear Away for the Dream Big panel, which was 3 different sheets that covered the entire Dream Big. Then there are panels that do the corner of a border. There's pantos that do the edges of a border. There are pantos that do the cross section of an entire quilt. And then we have blocks, and then we also have some stockings for Christmas. The blocks come in different sizes, as do the pantos, so you'd want to pay attention to that and how many packages you'd need to do a quilt. You can get that information on the website. It gives you an idea how to calculate that. The product is fairly easy to use, and it does help you build your skill level. I might, if I were you, want to get like just maybe a small block and a piece of fabric like I'm doing to practice before you start it on your main quilt, because you will develop some skill very quickly after you start using it. This is just a couple of the packages that I have here that I'm going to show you. Splish Splash is the sample that I'm going to be using today, and this particular one was designed by Sarah Ann Myers. Let's see, this is Pashmina Petite. This was designed by Patricia. This was Moulin Rouge stocking. That was Patricia. This is Mint Julep stocking. That was Patricia also. Brioche block. That was a Patricia one. This is the Brioche Panto. So this could be used as either a full panto over the entire quilt, or if you did this over a block, you could use the brioche as on the border element of the quilt, and use also get one of the corner elements and use that all the way around the quilt. And then we have Xanadu, and that also is Patricia. Of course, there are many other designers that do these. These just happen to be the ones that I had here with me. You get a little paper at the top. I've cut this off already. On this particular package, this had, I believe, 4 sheets in it, and this had 3 blocks per sheet. I've cut them off because I only need 1 for what I'm doing here on this particular block. Now, in the past, I've used a very strong color so that it's very easy to see my mistakes afterwards. But today I'm going to use a thread colors that are very close to the actual color of my sample, because that really is what you would be doing if you were quilting. You would be most likely, you'd be looking for thread that matched your project. These 2 are the ones that most closely match that I have in the house with me today. So I'm going to use one of these on the top of the quilt, and the other one I've already loaded on a bobbin, and I have that already in the bobbin case. So I've done it the other way before many times, but you've all seen my mistakes. But why would we do that? Because we don't do that in real life. We're not going to use really high contrast thread, especially when we're just starting. And I will tell you, I don't do free motion quilting on a domestic machine because I have a long arm machine. So, and also I have a digitized long arm machine. I do free motion quilting, and I know how to do the pantographs. I have the design boards, and I know how to do the tearaway. I've done tearaway on the long arm machine as well. But I'm not terribly good at this because I don't do it. But I can demo it today. And what my biggest problem is just calming down and slowing down. So I'm going to try and focus on that today. That's going to be my message to myself. Um, I have a quilt sandwich here, and it is just fusible batting, and I've already prepared that. Fusible batting you don't wash ahead of time. I wonder if where I put it. It's just a Hobbs fusible batting. And you don't use steam when you are fusing it either, because you don't want any water or moisture to wash away any of that fusible product. After you're done, you can wash the quilt, and then that will wash away the fusible portion of that on the batting. The reason I like to use that is so that I don't have to do any pin basting, because the pin basting underneath my paper would create a problem. Another way that you could do it if you didn't want to use the fusible would be to either thread baste very loosely, or use a water soluble thread and thread baste. That way you wouldn't have to worry about where the thread basting was either. Excuse me. The other thing that we're going to do, excuse me, that's what I get for eating potato chips, is use a little bit of 505 temporary spray adhesive just to get my tearaway stuck to my sandwich, and that just holds it in place while I'm quilting. So I'm just going to give a little spritz. And you can see that's not going anywhere now. They say that this could last up to 5 to 6 months, but I've seen it last less than that. It is temporary. It will wash out when you're done with the project, so it will wash out much sooner than that if you wash it. So this is all prepped and ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and get it done to the machine, and I do have to load that thread color on the top. And I'm also going to move you over so you can see. I'm going to move you behind me at first, and then I'll move you in front and let you get two different views. I have my feed dogs dropped. Already done that. I have threaded the machine. I have an open toe quilting foot on here so I can see where I'm going. I have brought up the bobbin thread, and I've done some stay stitching here and clipped off the extra thread. And now I'm going to put on these little quilting gloves that have rubber dots on them, or some kind of dots, that just help me grip the quilt sandwich as I'm going. And I'm going to try and remind myself to go slow. This is a nice one because it's kind of curved. I'm going to try and remind myself if I need to reposition to stop inside one of these points and not on one of the curves. Keep in mind that a quilting design of any kind, whether it's a panto or a tearaway, is a spirit guide. It's not a drill sergeant. If it's meant for you to have something to guide you, if you go off a little bit, it's no problem. Just kind of casually go back. Don't try and jerk back like a drill sergeant's barking at you, because that will be very visible when you're finished. If it's just a graceful line going back, that's much less visible and much less likely that anyone would notice it. So I'm just going to go ahead and try and make myself so slow. The main idea is to try and find a speed that is compatible with both your hand and your foot. One of my machines has a regulator on it where I can slow down the machine so that even if I am got my foot all the way on the pedal, the machine is still not going that fast. I just don't know which one that is. It clearly is not this one. But you don't need the machine to be sewing super fast. Even right now, I feel like I'm going a little too fast. But I don't want to have to move my hands too fast because that's when, at least for me, that's when I start losing some of my dexterity with the pattern. But I can see for myself that my stitches are very tiny. I wish that my stitches were a little bit bigger. I can't adjust them on here because there's no feed dogs. It's only me moving it. I have to control it by having the machine go slower to match how slow my hands are moving. If I tried to get it to go the same speed as my hands, or my hands to go the same speed as my foot, then the pattern would have a lot of mistakes in it. Here's my little block finished. And we'll look at the back first. Doesn't look too bad. And you can see with a coordinating thread that really, even though there are a few mistakes, like I said, I haven't done this in many, many years. You can see that it doesn't look too bad. And with the matching thread, which is what you would be doing, it looks pretty good. Certainly after you had a lot more going on, it would look even better. And if this was a print, probably wouldn't see it at all. So the paper peels off really easily. It's really meant to. This is something you could do as you're sitting watching TV. And if you have kids, this is something that your kids might like to help you with. because I've done little stitches, it really peels off really easy. You'll find that you will get a certain angle. You'll find a certain angle where it catches really easily. And once you find that angle, then you pretty well have it made. Any of the little tiny pieces that are left on there, once you put it in the washer, they'll just wash completely out. So you don't have to get too crazy about picking them out, unless that's something that you enjoy doing. Some people like that little kind of work, that detail work. But I want to get some of this off here, just so you could see. This over here, the thread matches very well also. And once you have the matching thread, you really don't see any kind of errors, glaring errors, the way you would when I used to show it with the high contrast thread. Everything I did wrong was showing up. And if I stood up and held this up a few feet away from the camera, it would look beautiful. You would think, oh my gosh, he's so good. And that's what your friends will think. They say, oh my gosh, how long have you been quilting? That's amazing. And then the next thing they'll say is, would you quilt something for me? And you'll have a whole list of people wanting you to quilt things for them. Okay, I'll get carried away and have to, it's almost addictive. I can't stop. It's like eating popcorn. Once you start, you just, oh my gosh, it's like a drug. I can't make myself stop. Okay, so that is it. That is it for today. I just wanted to show you how easy the tear away is. It really is addictive. And all these little pieces will wash totally out. Ideal thing is to use low contrast thread like we did here, and you'll have beautiful quilting in no time. It's really great learning tool, like I said, for developing eye-hand coordination and really stretching yourself as far as learning new quilting patterns. So until we see you next time, keep piecing it together.